post-marathon blues are setting in. It's the sudden, purposelessness of a person who's just run a marathon after working really hard to accomplish such a thing, and that emptiness that you're left with when you realize your next one isn't for quite some time. If you've run a marathon before, I believe you'll know what I'm talking about, and yeah, I'm going through it, but not in a way that's overtly sad. So it's something I'll be talking about a bit on the run today. It's more this aimless, chaotic, unfocused energy that's definitely been interfering with my work a little bit, but more importantly, interfering with the creative process for this channel, and potentially in a really good way. I have all this extra time now to invest in this channel, because I'm not doing doubles 3 days a week, just 1 day per week. So, today, I'm in the Dynafish XaioNian. I haven't run in this since before I went to Italy since when I was in Italy, because I was wearing it the whole time I was in Italy. And I just, you wear a certain shoe for a long time, you need a break from it. And I wasn't actually going to wear it today, and then I put it on my feet anyways because I forgot the reason I was not going to wear it is because it's a slush factory out here today. And that's okay, because I'm already wearing it, and it's going to get dirty. It's the winter in Rochester. It was always going to get dirty. It's a white shoe. So, yeah, let's go. This is going to be as easy of a run as I could manage to do in these shoes. Immediately, this is not so grippy in the slush, which is disappointing because it was grippy in the rain when I first got it. Yeah, and if I get off of the slush part of the slush, I'm sort of dodging impossibly right now the various slushy patches, but it still even bites the ground a little bit where it's only wet. But yeah, this stuff is just, it's so sloppy out here. It rained for most of the morning, and it's a little spitting here and there now still. This is gonna be a rough run. My legs are full blown destroyed right now. Day 2 after the gym is always the hardest for leg muscles, but I didn't go so intensely as I could have, lifting legs for the first time in months, which was wise because I knew it would be bad. But even with the relatively light amount of work that I put into them, oh my god, this is hard. I feel like I don't know what I feel like. It feels like sore. Oh god. So, I started Septology by John Foss. Brought it up in the previous video. This book is already wildly inspirational for creatives. It's about an aging painter who had some sort of a family at one point, at least a wife and I believe a child. And I don't really know what happened to the kid yet, but wife dead. And he's just describing the creative process, and hold on, I'll tell you about it in a minute. So the idea behind it so far is the creative process and how it might echo the divine. And it surely is explanatory or descriptive of our creative human impulses and the validation or the relief that we get as a result of acting on those creative impulses. It's just super relevant to me right now, as I feel like I'm going through a personal creative renaissance. I haven't created this much output of content for the internet ever. I did write a book once that I never got published, but that was also after a period of fairly tumultuous change in my life, and so too is this. This sort of seems like it's how I process things and how I go through identity shift. It's through a creative explanation of what I'm going through or what I'm doing at the time. And so today is a tricky day for me because I really wanted to not run first because of so many reasons, but chief among them was I want to go get footage for this idea for a video that I have for you all. And I've already written the script. I'm trying to do a bit more writing as it pertains to YouTube. Obviously, this isn't written, or anytime really you see me running out on the road, I'm just sort of thinking and talking on these, whatever comes to mind, but I want to start branching out into more intentional speech and delivering you all more intentional, thought out, and written material on running and on philosophy. And that's what I wanted to do this afternoon. So I guess my question to everybody that's watching this, is that something you'd be interested in? And if not that, what other things would you like to see from me that I'm not currently doing? I'm always curious for feedback. And I'm especially curious to receive ideas that can be done either while I'm out on the run or within the context of a day. Because I want to keep the stream of content coming and flowing freely to you all, which is something that I do very much intend to do. I don't want to slow down the pace or the schedule at which I'm releasing videos, which has been not fewer than 5 times per week. And those 2 days that sometimes I don't have a video on those days, is because one of those days is run club and I'm not with my camera, and the other day is Monday and I don't tend to run on Monday. And so what I'm curious about is, do you find value in these videos, these daily videos, or would you prefer to see me focus on more intentional, philosophically driven content? I serve at the mercy of the crowd, so I'm here for you guys. I'm still gonna make that other content, but it would happen quicker if I weren't making these daily videos as well. I think that this is something that the daily strategy or the semi-daily strategy on YouTube really puts a wall up around for me, is that while I want to, do more complicated edits, more scripted, densely packed videos, things that aren't me just ranting at a camera and running. But in order to do that, I need to free up some time in my schedule. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Excluding times of extreme cramping, this is the worst that my legs have ever felt on a run. This is miserable. My right quad in particular is like knotted up and just hurts every single step. This is gonna be for sure a shorter run. I don't even know how far I'm gonna go. But this is part of recovering from a marathon. You gotta do it. You gotta go through it. It's the only way to get stronger is to temporarily get weaker. Your muscles only grow if you destroy them. It's hard to say if the XaioNian has become more unstable with time, or if I've just been running into Mag Max for the last couple of days, or even a third thing, or probably a combination of all three, is that there's definitely something wrong with my right leg. My quad, multiple areas of my quad, the inner hip flexor on the right leg. Yeah, just everything seems to be falling apart a little bit right now, which is generally fine as long as I don't push it too hard. But I just hit like a fast half mile, maybe 3/4 of a mile with a high school student that was crossing paths with me. He was going really fast, but I felt like chatting temporarily, and yeah, then I ran up a hill. So I'm really good at making good decisions, you know? Okay, so I might be really unobservant, and I know that I am. And I know also that there was a bunch of construction here throughout the last year, but this whole connector, that's new. I don't know when they put it here, but like today, like I ran here yesterday. What? Does that mean they're gonna start plowing over there? That'd be nice. Okay, 7:01, 8:15 pace. A lot of that average was made up by that little stint I did with a freshly graduated high school athlete. Dude was definitely quick. I was definitely not today. It's just my legs are cooked. They're cooked. They're cooked beyond what I should have run on today. Like by the end of this, and now currently my calves are like chicken bones, like rigid, ready to snap. Maybe the cartilage in chicken. I'm not really sure. I'm just stomping around in greasy puddles right now. That's how out of it I am. But yeah, my right quad just wasn't doing it today. It was like each impact point, it felt like my legs were buckling a little bit, like the muscles couldn't catch them. And what was bearing the brunt of it was just like the front, yeah, whatever. I don't know what the quad muscles are called. I need to learn what each of the components of the quad is. But the front right quad muscle that like is towards the top of the hip, like pretty much dead center in the leg, a little lateral, but yeah, sort of dead center. Yeah, I'm just sort of I'm lost in the sauce. Okay, so Dynafish XaioNian. This is such a great shoe. I made the right call bringing it to Italy. I don't know if I would travel with it again because it was giving me some Achilles tenderness, but now like back here my daily walking shoes are also giving me that tenderness, so maybe it's just quite literally a walking thing, and maybe it would have happened regardless of the shoes that I brought. But yeah, I'm wary to bring these as a walking shoe on a trip again, but they were really, really comfortable, the duration, besides that complaint. And during the run today, I didn't notice that at all. Even when I stepped into them today, I didn't notice it at all. So probably is on the mend, whatever it was. It didn't feel like an Achilles issue. It felt like you know when you sleep on a desk and you have the imprint of the desk is left on your arm and it leaves a line on your arm? Yeah, but imagine that on your Achilles, right? That would be probably painful. That's kind of what it feels like on when I put my daily walking shoes on today, and that's what it felt like over in Italy. So who even knows, guys? I don't. I'm gonna get back to work. There's lots more to be done, as always. I am going to stay in motion, and you should as well.